Swing doors, huh? Okay, doors. Swing.
What is good, my crazies? Y'all, welcome back to the lab. Lee here in the seat. You saw the title, Beyond Psychedelics. Who am I? Yes, who am I? Not just me, but also ask yourself, you that. Who are you or who am I? You already know this, man. Psychedelics is a big part of my world for the last 5-6 years. It has been one of my leading things that I love to teach and talk about, as well as to learn from. With that said, it's also come to my attention that not many people know who I am, including myself. We always have that question. So this is me. During this video, you're going to see me growing up. You're going to see me growing up. You're going to hear my story of who I am, as well as really at the end, who I am, if that makes sense. So, man, y'all grab a bowl, man. Let's do this. I'm going to do it quick. We're going to do it quick and simple, easy, as fast as we can. Cheers. Well, who am I? Everybody knows me as Lee. Well, my name is Lee Allen Boggess IV. That's why you hear me say lab. I was born June 3rd, 1981 in Salt Lake City, Utah. My mom was Sharon. My dad was Lee. It makes sense, right? No less. But my real first memory growing up as a child was around 3 years old. It was snowing outside. We were in England. It's about nighttime, maybe early morning. It's snowing, it's cold, and there's buses in front of me. And my father is getting on to that bus. And the bus takes off, and I never see him again. That's my first memory, living in England. My parents were Air Force, so basically that makes me an Air Force brat. Grew up overseas, so as I said, I'm in England. I'm 3 years old. This is my first memory, of this. My father getting on a bus and going, and just going, and going, and basically till this day, still gone. I saw him 15, but other than that, with that said, we lived in Germany for England a couple more years. And my mom remarried. We ended up moving to Louisiana, Alexandria Air Force Base to be precise, where I went to school with this British accent, light-skinned, mixed boy in this country school that talked Creole and I talked British, and mums and pops, and basically got made fun of and shut down. I shut down myself from people. I shut down from speaking and talking or reading and out loud in class, and I shut myself down. Basically until I moved to Germany, fourth grade year, moved to Germany, Ramstein Air Force Base, where I met a teacher, Mr. Levitt, really was an awesome teacher. Basically opened me up to speak, or gave me my voice, I should say, in a way. From there, I lived in Germany. For most of my, for a little bit of childhood. Gosh, for 3 years. Went to the Michael Jackson concerts in '92. It was his Danger concert, Frankfurt, Germany. Look it up. Went there, lived there, played sports. I just seeing this all go through on the screen. From there, we moved to Aviano, Italy. Aviano, Italy was probably one of the little rough times as a preteen. It was a little different, a little rough transition from what I was used to. My mom actually turned into an alcoholic then, and that little year living in Aviano was it was a little rough. It was rough. Didn't mind the people or anything like that, but it was just rough and personal wise. I guess maybe I noticed something, walking in and saw my mom pass out on the ground or something maybe clicked in my head as a kid. It's crazy that I just thought about that. But yeah, in Aviano, Italy. And then from there, and a year later, we moved to Eglin Air Force Base. Actually, Niceville, Florida, is where we moved. And Niceville was that childhood, I was, 13 years old, 8th grade. New kid on the block. Basically, the jock too, because I played all the sports. So, the new kid was interesting. and lived, grew up, and enjoyed. I played sports, did that, grew up. Got in a lot of trouble around my 10th grade year, started skipping school, got in a lot of trouble. Um, Fights and just trying to be a badass, trying to show people who I really was. Kind of the war between the white and black side of me, because I always got picked on. I always got picked on once again, because of my race. Because being white or black, choose a race, and I really never really took anything to race because I don't see anything color. Color is nothing to me. But you know, once again, I guess I might have shut down a little bit. But I grew up in high school, like I said, got in trouble with the cops, did some, did a little juvenile probation bullshit. Ended up having to go to special schools, doing stupid shit. Had my first trip at 16, had the worst trip of my life. There'll be a story about that. Had the worst trip of my life, basically, and then kind of fell off the face of the earth. Where I fell off to, well, I ended up not moving, but my last choice in life before they actually would throw me to jail before I turned 18, for being in trouble, was Job Corps. Job Corps, if anybody knows what Job Corps is, as I probably throw this up on the screen for you as the story goes on. Job Corps is that last little hope, but a trade school if you really want to do something with it, basically get in trouble. So I went there, went to Morganfield, Kentucky, ended up going to Job Corps. I don't think I was there for more than a year or two, not even 2 years. It was not even a year, I don't think, because I believe 9/11 happened. I know exactly where I was at that day. 9/11 happened, and ended up coming back home, working in Niceville, doing butchery and all this other stuff. Yada, 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 yada. Years go past, I ended up getting married, meeting my ex-wife, and taking care of her 3 kids. And at the time, they were probably about 3, 7, and 10, and, in those ages. So ended up taking care of them, get married, and then a couple years later, I got married at 25. In 28, I had my own child, uh, love of my life, my child, my Brooklyn. I had my child, but at the same time, I was working late hours and taking care of kids and running a restaurant. I got addicted to opiates and pain pills, and it ran me down. And the rest is rest. You already know the story. Um, you know, Now 10 years later, after that, losing my house, all that stuff, and now I'm going on 8 years clean from opiates. Psychedelics saved my life, and now that I look at where I'm at now, at 40 years old, I question myself sometimes. I question what I do. I question not everything, just kind of where I'm at. And I question who I was and who I am. And now that I've actually just got all that out, probably not the way that I planned it, like always. I look at myself and I look at where I was and where I've came and where I am and where I'm going. I'm still that little kid. Still that little kid looking for that exception, looking for that exception, I guess. I'm still that little kid looking for fun, having a good time. I'm still that little kid at heart that got locked down, I guess. Had to grow up. I don't know, too fast, too early, or maybe just something happened. I don't know it. But as I think about it, it's really not who I was or who I am now, or then we're going to be. Who am I now? And now I'm a person who knows where I want to go in life. I'm a person who knows my path. I'm a person who knows where I came from, where I've been, the trials and tribulations, those ups and downs. I know I can compete and beat all that. It has nothing to has nothing on me. I know I can beat all that. But I also know that I still have work. I still have flaws. I still have that little kid that wants that exception. That little kid that locked down that just wants to jump out. And He wants to jump out, man. He wants to jump out so fucking bad. It sucks. It doesn't suck. It's it's part of that transformation, that release. I guess he's just ready to fucking he's ready to jump. He's ready to do this, and it's weird, you know. And as you know, I didn't expect nothing of this video, as I was saying, anywhere minus the video, little part that's non-child of me growing up. But you know, ask yourselves that, you know, what is that little part of you that is just itching to jump out, itching to jump out. I've been traveling so many roads and doing so many things the same way so many times that little kid wants to jump off the road and push it somewhere different, do it all different new. And it's ask yourself, what's that little niche, that little push that just wants to push you? And then ask yourself, do you want to take that little push? Because that just might be it. Weird. Anyways, yeah, who am I? Who are you? Crazy, huh? Other than that, man, hope you enjoyed. Little different, little flip on the beyond psychedelics, but make you think, who am I? With that said, y'all remember, keep that mind open, because those eyes will definitely see everything in front of you. Guarantee it.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.